one more thing. Every rock star on the Democratic team has to have their own baseball card. Mr. Soon-to-be Lieutenant Governor, Mr. Mayor of San Francisco, here's your baseball card, courtesy of the LA Democratic Party.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric Bauman. Thank you to Aggie and her great leadership, to all of you for being here. Thank you to Speaker Perez and Congressman Berman and so many others that are here. It's terrible, trust me, to get the short end of the stick by being the third one to speak after Brown and Boxer, but I'm grateful you stuck around and didn't run outside to follow the leaders. I'm grateful to be here because we're just 9 days out. And I say this all the time, and I believe this in life generally. I don't believe in running the 90-yard dash. We have worked our tails off. All of you have worked your tails off. You've been on the phones, you've been out canvassing, you've been talking to friends and neighbors, you've been organizing. You have done an extraordinary amount to get us to this point. The question is whether or not we're going to do everything else we need to do to get us over that finish line. And so for that, let me say this. The future's not in front of us, it's inside of us. You've got to make it so. Hard work. You've got to manifest it. And so I'm here just to encourage you. I'm here to thank you. And I'm here just to say a couple words just because Barbara gave a speech. I was just going to say thank you. But now I feel like I should take advantage of it. You know, I really think it's important. And I hope you agree with me on this. You know, Eric said a few nice words. And that's because I've always subscribe to this principle, that we've got to move away from who's to blame and start focusing on what to do. We have got to focus on the how business. We got to focus on how to get things done. It's no longer good enough to talk about the issues of healthcare, environmental protection, the issues of education. We need to focus not on what the problems are now, we need to focus on the solutions. We need folks to get things done in Sacramento. That's one of the principal reasons, I kid you not, no exaggeration, why I am not just supportive of Jerry Brown, but why I'm extraordinarily enthusiastic about Jerry Brown, because he knows how to get things done. We got to get in the how business. You know, I was one of those mayors. It happened to me. I got elected and I started talking about it. We have 120,000 people without health insurance. And it's time for universal health care. And people would jump up and down and applaud. Then I go to the next event, a month later, it's time for universal health care. And everyone jump up and they'd applaud. And 3 months went by, 4, 6 months, and finally someone said, well, what are you going to do about it? And I realized right then and there, it's just no longer good enough. Point fingers, abdicate responsibility, and wait for someone else to solve a problem. And that's why San Francisco, if you want to know the why, I can tell you the how. But if you want to know the why, that's why San Francisco said we're not going to talk about the problem anymore. We're going to become the first city in the United States of America to implement universal health care, regardless of pre-existing conditions, regardless of your ability to pay. We do it. We're not talking about it. A public plan, a public option, lowering costs, creating more competition, no bureaucracy. We can do that in the 57 other counties in this state. And trust me, we'll need to do it. Everyone thinks the universal health insurance is all done now. You know, we got that bill in 2014 going to take care of it. You know better. Millions and millions of Americans, millions of Californians, even after the health care bill has been implemented, will not have basic access to health care. We have got to address that problem now and today. This is one of the principal reasons I'm running for Lieutenant Governor. Now you say, well, what does the Lieutenant Governor have to do with health care? What does the Lieutenant Governor have to do with health care? Well, I'd like to say, what does a mayor have to do with health care? Yeah. See, I love playing above my weight. I love going outside my job description. I love, again, organizing around principles that can bring people together. And what I think we need now more than ever in California are folks focused on good public policy, because good ideas bring people together. That's how we can move this state forward. We got to get in the idea business, the how business. Start moving this state forward. Just briefly, because I think this is incredibly important. I see the a couple of the signs behind me, and Senator Boxer brought it up, and I'm so proud of her leadership in terms of the environment, and we got to maintain that. But let me tell you why. I don't know. You know, half of you in this room may be exclusively focused on jobs. The other half may be focused on other things, care deeply about the issues of the environment because of the air you breathe and the water you drink. But I think the end of the day, the one thing that can unite us, not just as Democrats, but Republicans and independents, is focusing on the issue of the environment in this context. Think about this. There were 44 countries that signed off on Kyoto. People don't remember this. The United States walked away from Kyoto. It was the Democrats, not just the Republicans, that rejected Kyoto. Our own party. Because we didn't think you could grow the economy and be good environmental stewards. 44 wealthy countries agreed to sign off on Kyoto. 4 will actually reach the targets. What are those 4? Denmark, Sweden, the UK, and Germany. And before Lehman Day, this is interesting, before what I call Lehman's Day, which is September 15, 2008, those 4 countries had lower unemployment than the United States of America. They had higher growth rates than the United States of America, and something as Democrats, lower income inequality in the United States of America because of the number of businesses created, because of the way they changed the way they produced and consumed energy. Yeah. That's evidence. What I am saying is this. All AB 32 does is call for us to roll back greenhouse gas emissions to 1990 levels by 2020. That's it. In my city, I've rolled back greenhouse gas emissions 7% below 1990 levels, and we achieved that in 2008. As we grew our economy. Look, we have unemployment in this state, you know it better than anybody else. 20 counties with unemployment north of 15%. Imperial County has unemployment north of 30%. That's not underemployment. These are Depression-era employment numbers. I think it's time we start inventing again, manufacturing again, and installing again. The green economy is the ticket to broad-based economic prosperity. We need to defeat Proposition 23. We need to advance these principles in solar, in wind, in geothermal, in electric vehicles, in high-speed rail. That's our fate. That's our future. That's what's at stake in this election for Barbara Boxer and Jerry Brown. That's what's at stake in terms of my support. I'm grateful for everything you guys have done. I'm grateful for your hard work. But again, I'll pose this, I begin. Let's not run the 90-yard dash.
What about Proposition 25?
Your fate, your future. You got to support Prop 25 as well. I couldn't agree more on that.
Talk about
so I can keep going. You got Eric's getting all antsy there. I'm coming off the stage. Folks, we always say this. We say this is the most important election of our life. I've heard that 150 times. And heck, I'm only 40-something years old. I won't tell you how many somethings. But this election is critical. You all know my final words. The old song, money can't buy you love. Well, money cannot buy the governor's office either. Let's get out there. Let's support Jerry Brown, Barbara Boxer. I need your support. We can win this thing. We can get this state back on track. We can move this state back in the forward-thinking way. We can become that state we've always known we love. Let's get going. Thank you guys for all your work.